What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Willie Does Wrestling, back at it again with a brand new video and a brand new predictions video. A little bit of a wild month, wild week or two in the world of professional wrestling coming up. Of course, tomorrow we have Forbidden Door, and then next weekend we have NXT Heatwave and Money in the Bank. We already gave our Forbidden Door predictions. You could go ahead and check out that video. I'm going to do an NXT Heatwave predictions video when I have time as well, but I figured I'd get the Money in the Bank predictions out of the way, considering the fact that most Triple H pay-per-views typically have only 5 matches on the card. We are at 5 matches. I don't see them putting out any more. So we'll just give our predictions here today. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, these are just who I think are going to win. Doesn't mean they are going to win, and they're definitely not going to be the same opinions as yours. So if you want, leave your predictions down in the comments below and let me know what match you're looking forward to the most, or your excitement level for the overall pay-per-view in general. I would very much love to see those. But ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we got all 5 matches here, and we're going to give our thoughts bottom to top here today. All right. Also, if you're new, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn post notifications on, so that way you never miss an upload. Now let's get right on into it. Now, excuse me, at the bottom of the list, we have the WWE Undisputed Champion Cody Rhodes teaming up with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens to take on the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and or Jacob Fatu in a originally scheduled 6-man tag team match. And the reason why I say that is because I'm pretty confident that this match is going to turn into an 8-man tag, because considering the fact that, not everything is as it seems with Triple H, I think maybe we could get a return to join Team Cody. And the reason why I say that is because in the graphics, if you've noticed, they've had all 4 members of the Bloodline on the graphic. Some people could say, oh, that's just, we don't know who's going to represent the Bloodline in the 6-man tag. I call bullshit. I think it will be an 8-man tag, and it'll probably look like a little bit of a 3-on-4 situation for a little bit. But I think there's going to be a 8th man in this match, and I think that man is going to be Jimmy Uso, making his WWE return as a babyface and team up with Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens to get his revenge on Solo and the Bloodline. To add another chapter in this Bloodline rivalry is the return of babyface Jimmy Uso. Now, who would win in that exchange? I mean, I honestly don't know, because it could go either way. Because if Jimmy returns, I mean, you could say, oh, Team Babyface. Or you could say the Bloodline. I mean, Jacob Fatu just debuted. The Bloodline is looking ever so dominant. Case in point with the segment with Paul Heyman last night on SmackDown. Because it could go either way. Because, I mean, could have Jimmy, Cody, Randy, and Kevin get their revenge. Or you could have the Bloodline just continue their dominance. Fuck, I genuinely don't know. I'm already stumped in these predictions. I'm going to say Team Cody. I'm going to say Team Cody gets the win. And because, the Bloodline wins all the time on pay-per-views, I think it'd be great to see Cody, Randy, Kevin, and Jimmy get the win. And I want Randy Orton to turn heel. Everyone fights off the Bloodline. Randy Orton turns heel. He's done being a lackey for Cody, and he's jealous. He wants that 15th World Heavyweight Championship. So he beats down Cody after the match. Jimmy and Kevin just look at him like a what the fuck. or maybe Jimmy's too preoccupied with the bloodline after the match. But I think Cody, Randy, Kevin, and Jimmy win against the bloodline. And, like, because you could easily protect Solo and Jacob. You could have Tama Tonga or Tonga Loa get the pin, and it wouldn't matter. So, yeah, I'm going to say Team Babyface gets the win. Randy Orton turns heel afterwards. Next, for the Intercontinental Championship, Sami Zayn defends against Braun Breaker. And I'm actually very excited for this. Braun Breaker is a fucking beast on the main roster. And I think WWE needs to take full advantage of this booking. And the reason why I say that is because if Chad Gable isn't going to be the one to dethrone Sami Zayn, I think the next best option is in the pudding, Braun Breaker. And I know what everyone is going to say, where it's like, oh, it's too early. It's too early for Braun Breaker to win the IC championship. But, I mean, people have won championships early in their main roster runs. I mean, Kevin Owens and Finn Balor being great examples. Why can't it be any different for Braun Breaker? This guy is an absolute beast. This guy is a fucking killer on the main roster. And I think they need to pull the trigger while the iron is hot. And I think Braun Breaker should become the new WWE Intercontinental Champion. And hopefully this, turns into a big fatal four-way match at SummerSlam or whatever their July pay-per-view is. I don't know if they're doing a pay-per-view in July. I mean, fact checkers can correct me in the comments. But I think Braun Breaker gets the win here. And then either in the July pay-per-view, or whether they wait until SummerSlam, we're going to get Braun Breaker defending against Sami Zayn, Ludwig Kaiser, and Sheamus in a fatal four-way match. I think that would be an absolute amazing match. But I'm going to go on a whim, and I'm going to say Braun Breaker wins the Intercontinental Championship here. Next, for the World Heavyweight Championship, we got Damian Priest defending against Seth frickin' Rollins with a little bit of stipulations here. If Priest wins, Rollins can never challenge for the title for as long as Priest is champion. But if Rollins wins, Priest must leave the Judgment Day. Now, I mean, again, another one that could go either way, because Damian Priest does look like he's having a little bit of a rift with the Judgment Day, believing that the Judgment Day is not too serious, it's not the way it used to be. Dominic's too busy fucking around with Liv. Finn, JD, and Carlito are just chilling in the back, doing nothing. Damian Priest, I mean, him leaving the Judgment Day, no longer being the World Heavyweight Champion, could be a good little bit of a storyline, especially leading to possibly Damian Priest versus Finn Balor at SummerSlam, even though it would be a little bit weird considering the fact that now Finn Balor and JD McDonough are World Tag Team Champions. But on the other side, Rollins can no longer challenge for the title for as long as Priest is champion. It's not like Priest would be champion very long anyway, because I think Gunther's obviously going to win at SummerSlam, whether it's against Rollins or Priest. I mean, Rollins could have just a short reign if he wins at Money in the Bank. But yeah, I'm thinking they're going to ride out this whole Priest rift in the Judgment Day. I think they're going to stay in this dominant run for a little bit. And again, like I previously mentioned, Rollins not challenging for the world title for as long as Priest is champion. I mean, Priest, he's going to be champion another 2 months. Oh, well. I'm going to go on a whim here. I'm going to say Damian Priest retains the World Heavyweight Championship, and we get Damian Priest versus Gunther at SummerSlam. Seth Rollins, what he's going to do from here, I mean, he could either take another hiatus or, he could go into a feud with somebody else. I mean, Rollins can make any feud a good feud. But so I'm going to say Damian Priest retains the World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank. Next, it's the fun part. We got the two fun matches. The most unpredictable match. Well, one of the most unpredictable matches in the entire year. And it's always so fun predicting Money in the Bank cards. First, we're going to talk about the women's Money in the Bank ladder matches. We got Io Sky versus Chelsea Green versus Lyra Valkyria versus Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi versus the winner of Dakota Kai, Ivy Nile, and Zoe Stark on a triple threat match that's happening on Raw on Canada Day. Happy Canada Day, guys. In the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So basically, this is going to be two parts. I'm going to predict who the final entrant is going to be in the Money in the Bank match. And then I'm going to give my prediction on who's going to win the Money in the Bank match. So, who the final entrant will be between Dakota Kai, Ivy Nile, and Zoe Stark. I wouldn't say that's hard. I'm going to say Dakota Kai. I'm going to say Dakota Kai is going to be the final entrant. I think she deserves it. I think Dakota Kai deserves a spot. I also wouldn't be a little bit surprised if Zoe Stark ends up being the final entrant. But Dakota Kai, I think, really needs an opportunity. I mean, there's a Twitch clip going around where she's like begging for a big singles opportunity. And I think this Money in the Bank performance could be a good start to that and maybe create a little bit of a rift in Damage Control because Io Sky is getting a little bit frustrated. So I think Dakota Kai is going to get the final spot. In terms of who wins, I mean, judging from this lineup, I wouldn't really complain if any of them win. Like Io Sky being a 2-time winner, Dakota Kai getting a good singles moment, Chelsea Green definitely. I mean, did you hear the pop when she qualified? Same with Tiffany Stratton. Lyra, I mean, would be pretty cool. Naomi, I mean, it would be a little bit meh, but it would be a good career turnaround. I mean, Naomi hasn't been booked the very best, in my opinion, since she returned. But judging from all of these names, I'm going to say I think it's Tiffy time. I think Tiffany Stratton should win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I mean, her performance in the Elimination Chamber alone earlier this year was enough for me to really be like, all right, put a goddamn main roster title on Tiffany Stratton. And she's massively popular. She's amazing in the ring, great on the mic, creates genuine heat, but also very popular with fans. I think Tiffany Stratton is indeed the future of the women's division, and I think Tiffany Stratton, out of all of these names, should be the women's Money in the Bank holder, and I think she'd be a good heel holder as well. Kind of like, you know, oh my god, now's my chance to cash in. Oh, no, it's not. Oh my god, the champion's getting up. You know what I mean? Get a little bit of a long run with the briefcase. Don't do what almost every other women's Money in the Bank holder has done and cash in either the same night or 24 hours later. I mean, I don't think they're going to cash in on the same night because neither women's championship is on the card, at least as of right now. I mean, Liv Morgan's defending against Zelina Vega on Raw, and Bayley, nothing. So I don't think we're going to get a same night cash in terms of women. So, yeah, my pick for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, I'm going Tiffany Stratton. Now for the men's very good lineup of underrated stars and Jey Uso. We got Jey Uso versus Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade, which was actually very shocking, versus Chad Gable, who is resurrected from the dead, versus LA Knight, and the winner of a triple threat match between Drew McIntyre, Ilya Dragunov, and Sheamus. Oh, am I really going to have to predict Drew, Ilya, and Sheamus in a triple threat? I don't know. Oh my god, it could be either one of these three. Oh man. How the fuck am I going to predict this? This is a banger. I can't wait for Raw to see this. I'm going to have the day off. It's Canada Day. Fuck yeah. Drew McIntyre, Ilya Dragunov, and Sheamus. Who's going to get the final spot? You know what? For kayfabe and storyline reasons, and I know a lot of people probably want to see Ilya Dragunov in this match, I'm going to say Drew McIntyre. I think McIntyre, he's going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't think he's going to win, but then that will just be another thing where it's like, no, I should have had my moment, but I didn't win. That goddamn CM Punk. I mean, you could have CM Punk. Hey, there you go. CM Punk cost Drew the Money in the Bank contract. Book it, Paul. Book it. Drew McIntyre is getting that final spot. In terms of who wins, I think a lot of people might be thinking Jey Uso is going to get this, but to be quite honest, no. I don't want the Money in the Bank yeet case to go to Jey Uso. No. I think WWE should correct the wrong from last year. A lot of people wanted LA Knight to win the Money in the Bank briefcase last year, and I think they need to right that wrong and have... Wait a minute. Actually, no, Jey Uso. Yeah, no. I forgot the vision. I forgot the vision that LA Knight's going to beat Logan Paul for the United States Championship at SummerSlam. I got excited for a second. Oh, no, I don't want to see it. Yeah, I'm going with my head and not my heart. Jey Uso. Jey Uso is going to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Money in the Bank yeet case. And I don't know, man. Do I see his cash-in being successful? I mean, if he cashes in on a mid-card championship, he's definitely winning. But if he cashes in on a world championship, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, what would you do then? What would you do with Jey after he wins a belt? But out of all these names, I gotta say Jey Uso. I mean, he's massively popular. He's sold a ton of merchandise. Fans love him. I got no choice but to say Jey Uso, but I wouldn't be surprised if they have LA Knight win the briefcase, or hell, even Drew McIntyre to get his revenge. I don't know. I think it would be all right. But yeah, I'm gonna play safe. I'm gonna play safe for once on this channel, and I'm going to say Jey Uso wins the Money in the Bank yeet case. So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my full predictions for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view of 2024. Leave your predictions down in the comments below. Do you agree with my picks, or do you have other picks? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. If you're new here, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn post notifications on, so that way you never miss an upload. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this has been your boy, Willie Does Wrestling. I will see you in the next video. Be good people, and peace.